Looking like down at NRG for rodeo goers.
Well, maybe you're sick of this steamy weather pattern that we've been locked into, right, for weeks on end, where we've not only been slightly above normal, but significantly so. I do have some good news. That's going to come to a close early next week. We're going to be closer to where we should be for this time of year, and that's in the low 70s. We've got two fronts on the way. The first one arrives overnight tonight. Not looking at much rain with that one, but it'll bring us a brief cool down tomorrow and cloudier skies, and right back to warm, humid, and breezy we go this weekend with winds coming out of the south. Early next week, though, there's another front. That one looks relatively dry too, but it's going to drag down some much more pleasant air from farther north, and I think you're going to really enjoy that for early spring break if you're spending it locally. The drought monitor, we haven't brought this out much lately because we haven't had to. We got rid of our drought, right? And we were soggy through early this year, but for the past 2 months, we haven't seen much rain, if any. And notice we're starting to see abnormally dry conditions. That says yellow shading south of I-10 mostly, but also in our far southwestern counties, we're starting to get a moderate drought re-emerging as well. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on, especially if we continue with this warm and dry pattern. I've got that Fox 26 rodeo QR code up for you here again in case you missed it when Jose showed it to you a moment ago. Today, a very warm day in the mid 80s. As mentioned, tomorrow we'll see a cool down with a couple showers. Those will end early in the day though. And then on Saturday, maybe a sprinkle or a spritz, but notice temperatures on the thermometer, those are going to start to rise once again. Let's look at the timing of this first front. Closer to midnight, it'll be off to the north and west. So if you're staying to the rodeo until it closes, remember the carnival's open until midnight, and your drive takes you northbound, you might run into some of these. And there could be some isolated downpours well off to our north. But notice as this advances, this all kind of falls apart. So most of us aren't going to see much rain, if any, but we will get in on a brief wind shift for tomorrow, which will have things feeling slightly more pleasant. And we could still see an isolated shower or storm as we make our way through the afternoon. Again, temperatures on the thermometer go up over the weekend. Don't forget about that clock change. A lot of that happens automatically overnight Saturday into Sunday. But of course, the stove, the microwave, things you still need to do manually, your car too. Take a look at that nice, pleasant air that drains in early next week behind the second front. Really pleasant.